So we wanted to kick off by talking about really 3 steps that you will take when you start the process of migrating to a new email marketing tool. So let's talk about the first step, which is ensuring the structure of your data. Really the first step of a migration process is thinking about how your data, what is the data that you have today at hand, and how it relates with each other. So if you want to go to the next slide, sorry, as you plan to migrate to a new email marketing platform, the first thing that you will want to do is you really start mapping the different data sources that that you have and how they relate with each other and how they actually uh, add information and give you information about your customer. So, typically in an organization, you have different silos of data. You have e-commerce data, you have email data, website, and CRM. Migrating to a new email marketing platform is really a good opportunity to start thinking about what is my source of truth. How will the data flow from the different systems? Do I have to integrate with all the different systems? Who is the database of record for email preferences? Is my data correctly organized? Do I have some sort of denormalized data that I can take the opportunity? So migrating to a new email marketing platform is really a great opportunity to realize if we are having issues with identifying our single source of truth, but also it's a really good opportunity to map the architecture of how my data is going to live in this email marketing platform. The second step, if you go to the next slide, is once you have your solution design outline, the second step is you need to start onboarding subscribers into your new platform, right? You start importing data into your new platform and you want to start sending emails, right? So this is a very important step. If you go to the next slide, please. As you onboard new subscribers into your new email platform, it is very important to consider what is your active subscriber count and what is your sending volume. These are 2 factors that you really need to know. If you are today in an email marketing tool that you don't have these metrics, I will be worried, because it's very important to know what are your active subscriber counts, what is your sending volume, but also it's very important to understand your engagement numbers, open rates, click rates, bounce rates, etc. Email providers such as Google and Microsoft have specific algorithms and systems in place to avoid companies from emailing people who are not opted in to receive email communications if they haven't authorized them. So when you're migrating to a new email platform, you are probably going to start sending using a fresh new IP address, which means that you need to build your reputation against these email service providers. And you need to do it from the ground up. As you can see in the chart from the left, as your reputation grows, your send volume has to be growing. So to do this, the process is really building an IP warm-up plan based on the volume you want to achieve, breaking down this email sends by email domain. And then as days go by, you increase your volume day by day and watch your deliverability stats. Once you reach a desired volume you want to keep, then you keep that cadence to maintain your reputation. This is why it's very important to know the metrics, open rates, click rate, to know the metrics about engagement, because you want to start sending to your most engaged subscribers. So this is a second step as you're migrating to a new email platform. That's very critical. Onboarding new subscriber into a new platform, you need to understand your deliverability rates, and you need to do it slowly. And the last step, if you go to it, yeah, thank you. The last step is to ensure that as you are sending and continue to migrate data, the data that you have is has integrity, right? So, and you know, if you go to the next slide, what I mean by that is data hygiene, right? So as you import and onboard new subscribers, maybe as they are registering, signing up for emails, creating an account, or even if you do a bulk import for the first time, you really need to ask this question: do I have duplicates? Do I have unique key identifier to each of these records? Can I uniquely identify a record from another one? Really important also for email marketing tools, is my email data clean, and is it safe to migrate? Is it safe to send to this new or imported subscriber?